Today we are DIYing beautiful home decor for cheap or free. Let's start off by scouring the clearance section at Hobby Lobby. I love shopping in the clearance section. It's one of the best places to find inexpensive home decor. I found a black ceramic container with a wooden lid. Right now, this container is pretty nondescript and it's got a whole bunch of scratches around the outside. But I can definitely overlook these flaws because of the price, which was only $3.24. First, we are going to make a quick color swap. It's black right now, but I need a neutral backdrop because we are going to put a vibrant pop of color on our container in just a bit. I'm going to spray it in some white gloss Rust-Oleum spray paint. Once the bottom and the sides were coated in the paint, I let it dry for an hour. Then I flipped it over. I painted the inside of the container and did one more coat around the outside. Then I let it dry for an additional hour. I wanted a vibrant yet elegant design to put on the outside. And one of my favorite places to shop for unique patterns and colors is in the gift section. I found the prettiest bag at HomeGoods in shades of pink with pops of purple. I love the floral design. It's a 3-pack of gift bags and it was only $5.99. Gift bags like these are fantastic, but you could also use wrapping paper or scrapbook paper or contact paper. Any of those options would work for this project. I'm going to unfold this bag by separating the bag at the seams and then pull out the bottom cardboard that gives the bag stability. Then I tear it apart, the seams at the bottom, so I can flatten this gift bag out. So what I'm going to do is get my self-healing mat out, my rotary cutter, and a ruler. I'm going to measure the size that I need that will go around the outside of my ceramic container. Now that everything's ready, I'm going to get my Mod Podge and a sponge brush. I added a lot of Mod Podge around the outside of my container. I brushed the Mod Podge on the outside surface. I made sure the entire outside of the container was covered in the Mod Podge. Next, I took my rectangular segment of gift bag. I placed it in the Mod Podge. I pressed it firmly to the container. I went all the way around the container, pressing the paper firmly as I went so it would be nice and smooth. Next, I added a top layer of Mod Podge. I added a liberal amount to make sure that the entire surface was covered in the Mod Podge. Once the top layer had been brushed on, I let the Mod Podge dry for 3 hours. I wanted to spruce up the wooden lid as well, so I took that lid, I flipped it upside down and put it on a corner of the bag. I got a pencil and I traced around the lid to get a perfect size circle. Then I got my scissors and I cut out this circle. Next, I got some more of that Mod Podge and I brushed it on the top of the lid. I placed my gift bag circle in the Mod Podge and then added a top layer of Mod Podge over the top. Once this layer had been brushed over the entire surface of the lid, I let it dry for 3 hours. This little container is so cute as is. I love the transformation. You could put some office supplies in here, some bathroom supplies, put some jewelry in this container. The possibilities are endless. What I'm going to do is turn this container into a candle. So I went to the Dollar Tree and I picked up 2 tall candles. What we want to do is melt down the wax inside. So I got a large pot, I filled it about halfway with boiling water, and then I put my candles in the water. The heat from the water will melt the wax. It's going to take about 10 to 15 minutes for this wax to completely liquefy. And when it did, I pulled out the wicks that were inside because we are going to reuse those. So what I did was I placed these wicks inside of my container. I wrapped the wick around a wooden skewer and rested it on the top. Now I can take my liquefied wax out of the pot. I'm using a hot pad because it is hot. And then I slowly poured it into my ceramic container. Once I emptied the first container of wax, I poured in the second container of wax until the wax reached the top of the ceramic container. Now all I need to do is let this wax solidify, which is going to take about 2 to 3 hours. Now that the wax is solidified, I can pull the wicks away from the wooden skewer. Then I got a pair of scissors and trimmed the wicks to size. The transformation of this black scratched up clearance section ceramic container into this beautiful one-of-a-kind candle is simply remarkable. It looks custom and expensive. The vibrant pink and purple flowers are a perfect addition for this time of year, and the gold flecks give this container a high-end look. And we were able to create this extremely affordably. I love a clean home, but trying to keep my floors clean while I'm going in and out of the house in between painting, or cleaning up pieces of DIY materials that have fallen on the floor while I'm creating my projects, it can get very daunting. So one of my favorite ways to help me clean my floors is with this Eufy X10 Pro Omni vacuum. It makes cleaning my tile and carpet a breeze. My Eufy robotic vacuum came directly to my house. I was able to unbox it easily. This X10 Pro Omni vacuum has 8,000 PA suction power, which is very powerful. And it's the most versatile, obstacle avoidant AI robotic vacuum under $1,000. The vacuum has an amazing filter. It filters airborne particles, including pollen, dust, bacteria, and more. The X10 Pro Omni has a multi-directional floating roller brush. The rubber sections lift up debris and the bristles catch and remove it. It's ideal for pet hair, crumbs, and removing fine debris and dust from deep within the carpet. It's also self-detangling, so if you have pet hair, it is so convenient for that. Not only is this a robotic vacuum, but it's also a mop, which is perfect for cleaning my tile. We have kids going in and out of the house all day long, and the tile can get so dirty, and I'm always trying to clean it myself. Well, this robotic mop cleans it better than I could. All I need to do was take the water container, fill it up to the max line with water, then replace it. Now my robot vacuum is good to go. The mopping pads are able to clean up to the edges of the room for a sparkling clean space. One of my favorite features about this vacuum is the AIC. This vacuum is obstacle avoidant, so if you have something in the way, the vacuum will move around it. And it also has the ability to clean at nighttime when it's dark. If you want a state-of-the-art versatile vacuum and mop to help clean your home, the Eufy X10 Pro Omni is for you. I will leave a link to the website in my description box so you can head on over and check out this robot vacuum and see how wonderful it is for yourself. I love using glass jars in home decor and seasonal decorating. This pretty little jar is one of my favorites. I actually etched on a pumpkin and some wording for the fall time. This is such a fun jar for autumn, but it's not autumn right now. So we are going to transform it using that same gift bag, because today we are transforming things for cheap or free. So what I did was I took the opposite side of the bag that hadn't been used yet. I wrapped it around my apothecary jar to get the size that I needed. Then I got back out my self-healing mat, rotary cutter, and ruler, and I cut the size that I needed that would fit around my apothecary jar. There are some gold grommets at the top of this gift bag. Now, it was there to hold the rope handles, which I removed, but it gives us a great opportunity to add our own spring detail. So what I did was I got a pretty pink satin ribbon and I threaded it through the grommet holes. Now I can take my gift bag, wrap it around the apothecary jar, and then to adhere it together, I got some hot glue and I added the hot glue along one end of the gift bag and then pressed the opposite end over the top. Now I can take the ribbon that we threaded through the grommets earlier and tie it into a bow. Because the grommets are sturdy, the ribbon won't tear the bag while I'm tying it into a bow. How absolutely adorable is this apothecary jar now? We were able to completely transform it by using gift bag. Again, you could use wrapping paper or scrapbook paper to do this exact same thing. If you have a jar or even a vase or any kind of container that has some wording on it or a seasonal design that you want to hide, all you need to do is get some paper and cover it up. Nobody will know what's behind it. And then you can fill up your jar or your vase with any kind of seasonal pieces that you want. For instance, I'm going to add some eggs to this apothecary jar. Now, I don't have enough eggs to fill up this entire jar. So what I'm going to do is add the eggs to the bottom. And because this entire section is hidden, I'm going to stuff in some napkins and it's going to take up that space. And then I'm going to add more eggs at the top. You could fill the center with some paper towels or some gift wrap, anything that would take up that space. You could put some seasonal candy in the bottom, fill the center with some kind of fluff, and then add candy to the top. That will save you money because you don't need to fill up the entire jar. And of course, another beautiful option to add to this jar would be a gorgeous floral arrangement. Pick whatever flowers fit in with your design style or with the season and add them inside your container. Transforming this jar with this gift bag and ribbon that I already had was free for me because I'm just taking advantage of pieces that I already have. It was a great way to get a custom piece of home decor. Another way to get some free home decor is by reimagining items that you already have. I have some beautiful flowers in my front yard, and we are going to take advantage of these for our next project. I picked magenta pink flowers, white flowers, and a few leaves off my bushes. We are going to dry these flowers. Now, of course, you can just put them in between some books and let them dry over time, but because I'm in a hurry and I'm a little impatient, we're going to dry these in the microwave. So what I did was I got a paper towel and I spread out my flowers and leaves on top of the paper towel. Then I took another paper towel and I placed that over the top and pressed it down. I put my flowers and paper towels in the microwave and set the timer for 30 seconds. Once the timer was up, I checked on my flowers to see if they were dry enough. They needed a little more time, so I added an additional 30-second increment in the microwave, which did the trick and got them dried out. My flowers dried beautifully, but some of my leaves curled up on the ends. So what I did was I went and picked some more leaves outside. I put them on the paper towel and put another paper towel over the top. But this time, when I put them in the microwave, I got a big glass plate and put that over everything. While these are drying out in the microwave, the leaves will not curl up. You can see how flat they are and how dried out these are. Like, you guys, these are dried out. These look like they've been drying for like weeks. So the microwave definitely works if you are in a hurry to dry flowers or leaves. The next part of this DIY involves a Dollar Tree chopping mat. I love using these Dollar Tree chopping mats. They are so versatile and they come in a package of 2, so they're very affordable. So what I'm going to do with my chopping mat is I'm going to take it outside and I'm going to spray it in this Bahama Sea Krylon paint that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. This paint is so pretty, and because I'm doing cornflower blue in a lot of areas of my home this spring, I thought that this would be a beautiful addition. It's a color that I love and I don't use very much, so today we're using this paint. I made sure that the surface of the chopping mat had been coated in the paint, and then I let it dry for 1 hour. We only need to paint one side of the chopping mat because they're clear, so we are done with this step. So now what we're going to do is cut our chopping mat into rectangles so we can create some bookmarks. So once again, I got out my trusty self-healing mat, my rotary cutter and ruler. I measured the size that I needed for a bookmark. Then I used my rotary cutter to cut out 2 rectangles. Now you could make a whole bunch of bookmarks out of 1 chopping mat, but I'm only going to do 2 because I'm using that as an example today. So now that I have my 2 rectangles, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my dried flowers and I'm going to arrange them on top of the bookmarks. I added a little bit of hot glue to the back of the flowers just to keep them in place so they didn't slide around. I arranged my flowers in a beautiful design. Now we are going to laminate our bookmarks, and we're going to do that with packing tape. This is a cheap, easy way to protect our bookmarks. I placed a piece of packing tape over the bookmark with extra length on the top and the bottom. You want to have extra tape on all sides of the bookmark to ensure good adhesion. Then I flipped my bookmark over and added a second piece of packing tape on the back. Next, I pressed down carefully. I started at the top of the bookmark and smoothed out any air bubbles trapped inside. Once the bookmark was fully covered in the tape, I trimmed the excess tape from the edges. Be sure to leave a small border of tape around the bookmark to ensure a good seal. Once I had finished taping my first bookmark, I moved on to the second bookmark and did the exact same steps. And then a third option is to either use some thick cardstock or scrapbook paper, or we're gonna use some more of that gift bag because, hey, why not use it in all 3 of our projects today, right? So I cut a gift bag, a rectangle, and I laminated that in the same way I did the other 2. One benefit to laminating this gift bag was that you don't have to worry about any air bubbles being trapped. It lays flat, and so does the tape. One final touch that we are going to add to our bookmarks are a beautiful ribbon at the top. So I got a hole punch and I punched a hole in the top of the first bookmark. Then I got this gorgeous cornflower blue ribbon. This ribbon has been used on my entertainment center decorations. It's been used in my kitchen. So it's a great way to tie all those colors back in together, and it coordinates beautifully with the color that we chose for the backdrop on our bookmark. So I folded this segment of ribbon in half and I threaded it through the hole. Then I took the tails of this ribbon and put them through the center of the ribbon and then pulled it up, which created a knot. I did the same steps on my next bookmark with this ribbon. And on my pretty pink gift bag bookmark, I got a pretty pink ribbon. I did the same thing. I folded it in half, slid it through the hole at the top, took the tails of the ribbon and put them through the center of the ribbon, which creates a knot. Aren't these bookmarks just so pretty? You guys, this cost us like basically nothing to make. We were able to take advantage of flowers from the yard, dried them easily in the microwave, used a chopping mat and some leftover gift bag. And you guys, let me show you. Okay, we used gift bag in every single one of our projects. This is all that I have left. So take advantage of items that you have. Take advantage of pretty things like gift bags, like wrapping paper, because it goes a long way. And now all of my pieces coordinate together because they have the same pattern and design from this gift bag. This would be such a fun gift to give, a very affordable gift, and it is very sentimental because it comes from your yard. If you use dried flowers in your home decor, I would love to know how you use them. I'm always looking for ways to use flowers. Okay, you guys, we did so many projects today, and each one of them were very affordable or free. Each of our DIYs turned out beautifully. We used one gift bag 3 ways. We used items we already had at home, and we used botanicals from the yard. Once again, this proves that we can live beautifully and we can do it on a budget. If you liked this video and want to see more like it, I would love to have you subscribe so I can share those with you. Thank you so much for watching.